The area of the irrigation ditch was a beautiful area. There was huge cottonwood trees there. They were lined with cottonwood trees in clusters of 4 or 5, and then a space and another 6 or 7. And these were huge trees. The trunks were bigger than probably this desk. At the same time, they were maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 stories high. To tell you how close they were and how big they were, we used to climb one and get off like a 3rd or 4th tree, just going through branch to branch all the way down. That was our playing grounds. That's where we used to go for fun. And of course, you could fire in the tumbleweeds. That was our baby right there. As I recall, and I don't know if I can verify this, but there was, if I recall, there was two homes and 2 families that were living here. There were 2 adobe homes, one in the area where almost where the bridge is right now, where the Avenue of the Americas is, and another one, which was a Chinaman's home, right about where we are now, a little further back probably, no more than 100 yards from the border in Cypress Street, at the end of Cypress Street. There was a Chinaman that lived there and his family had a church. There were many fruit trees in the area. A lot of fruit trees. There were apple trees, pear trees, quince, and some grapevines all lining up the area. We used to just pick them at will, and the beauty and peaceful, tranquil nature of this area, it was a thing of beauty to us, affording us not only the joy of growing up in the wilderness, but also yielding tons of vegetables and fruits that were there all sort of taken, because we used to get a bird back and cross the border and pick up all kinds of vegetables and stuff, and then take them home. And later on, my mother would get these vegetables and make chicken soup probably out of it. But not before I catch a chicken. That was the beauty of it. They used to send me out to the yard and they would say, okay, grab one chicken and bring it over for dinner. And I used to go to the yard and follow that darn chicken over from one end to the other until I would corner it in the lot and grab it. That was our introduction to fast foods, incidentally. Getting the chicken and making soup out of it. In 1943, we were playing baseball in our sand lot up here where the bridge is now. In airplane from Base Air Force Base was circling the island here. It was one of those twin-tailed P-38s. I don't know if you're familiar with the model, but it had 2 twin tails, 2 motors, and the cockpit in the center. And the circle that we were playing, it was late in the afternoon, probably in the neighborhood of 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We were playing baseball when this plane circled and crashed right into the only house that was up there in the area. It crashed right in front of the house, and it tore itself up. And incidentally, just to give you an idea, his brother and this gentleman right here, and myself and a bunch of others that ran to the scene of the wreck, they climbed aboard that plane. And it started on fire, and they helped pull the pilot out of the cockpit, and then of course somebody else took him to the hospital. I don't know what happened then at that point, but it was an amazing thing because we've never seen that sort of thing before. By all accounts, this area was really a beautiful area, but things changed at night. It was an entirely different matter at night. Because this area was really a smuggler's paradise. I mean, there was a lot of smuggling here in this area. A few of us remember, if you recall, the beginning of this piece of fertile land, a no man's land, as we call it, that left its mark as a stepping stone during Prohibition, as hundreds of men made their way through the bushes loaded with gallons of illicit whiskey when they went to market in the United States. And our house was a drop point. And I'll tell you a little story about that in a minute. And as history repeats itself, the same routes that were used way back in the 30s and the early 40s are probably being used right now. The footprints in the sand are still there. They're just covered with asphalt and cement probably, but they're still there. I'm sure that these footprints are there also because we had no shoes at the time anyway. We were all barefooted all the time. So consequently, there was, as we played, we left our footprints there. And during Prohibition, it started early in late 29s, and of course all the 30, and part of 40 even. The mule trains, and these were actual mule trains that were coming in from the interior of Mexico. And they would come in and loaded with 4 5-gallon drums of liquor. They were called latas. They were square drums that the mules had. And the Chinaman's place was a drop point for the mule trains. Later, as the border patrol were out of sight, other men would put them in their bags, one lata at a time, and then would run across the border. This was the origin of the two-legged mules. As these guys strapped a 5-gallon drum on their backs and waited for the border patrol to clean the area, and then they would jump right across. And there was many other drop points, I'm sure, but the main drop points that I recall was our home, because it had like an elevated porch, and there was a space of about 2.5 to 3 feet under that area, and they would hide the cans there. And I remember distinctly. Also across the street was a ball game or a baseball, handball court, and that was also a drop point. And I'm sure there were many other drop points in the area. But then again, it didn't bother us at all, simply because we were just children at the time. Later on, as the two-legged mules would make a drop in the United States or in El Paso, other people would carry them in their bags all the way north of Copia to the intersection of what is now Montana and Copia. There's a shopping center there now. I believe there's a Lowe's Big A store or something. Well, that area used to be called White Oaks. You recall White Oaks? And still, remember, I think there's a street called White Oaks there. There was a wooded area. There was a lot of brush and a lot of trees there. That was another drop point further down. And at that point, my mind didn't remember because it's just we were kind of young at the time, but I do recall it at all. And